Alright, today we're going to look at the third and final transformation of our rigid transformation set, and today we are looking at rotations. Alright, so the thing that we have to remember about rotations, first of all, is that there are 360 degrees in a circle. So if I were to rotate something 360 degrees, it would of course look exactly the same way as it started. Okay, so any rotation that is 360 degrees or a multiple of 360 degrees will not change. Okay, so for our rotations, there's three rules we have to remember. The first is a 90 degrees rotation that in a clockwise direction. And when we do that, what we're going to do is we're going to take our y and our x, have them switch places, and our x becomes the opposite of what it was before. For our 180 degree rotation, we're going to take our x and our y, we're going to leave them in the same spot. We're not going to have them trade places, but they both become the opposite of what they were before. And then for a 90 degree counterclockwise rotation, which is the same thing as a 270 degree clockwise rotation, we're going to flip the place of our x and our y, and this time our y becomes negative. Okay, so let's look and see how this plays out. So we have triangle ABC with vertices at negative 8, 5, so we need to put one there. Right there. At negative 6, 9. And at negative 3, 6. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right there. So we're going to have to draw this triangle. So that's A, that's B, and that's C. Okay. So, since we are rotating this 180 degrees, our x and our y are going to stay the same. We're just going to change the signs of both of them. So, A was at negative 8, 5, so that means A prime is going to be at positive 8, negative 5. B is at negative 6, 9, so that means that B prime is going to be at positive 6, negative 9. C is at negative 3, 6, so that means that C prime is going to be at positive 3, negative 6. So now we can place those points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's going to be A prime. Then we have 6, negative 9. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's B prime. C prime's at 3, negative 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. So there is our triangle that has been rotated around the origin 180 degrees. So for geometry class, all of our rotations will be in multiples of 90 degrees, and they will all be around the origin. When you get to advanced math classes higher than geometry, higher than Algebra 2 even, looking at like pre-calc trig class, then you might see some rotations around something besides the origin. Okay, so PQR, so the next one here, PQR has vertices at 2, 1, so 2, 1, 2, 4, and 5, 1. Okay, so we're going to get those vertices there. That is our triangle PQR. Now, when we are rotating 90 degrees clockwise, that means we are going to rotate to the right, following the path of the clock. So, we are going to trade the places of the x and the y, first of all. So our y goes first. So p's y value was 1, so it's now p prime's x value is 1. Q's y value is 4, so q prime's x value is 4. R's y value is 1, so that means r prime's x value is 1. And now we're going to take the x value of the original point and make that the opposite of that, the y value. So p's x value is 2, so p prime's x value is going to be negative 2. Q's x value is 2, so again, q prime's x value is going to be negative 2. And r's x value is 5, so r prime's x value is going to be negative 5. So now we can place those points. So 1, negative 2, 4, negative 2, and 1, negative 5. Alright, so that is our triangle that is rotated 90 degrees clockwise around the origin. Alright, so last example here, quadrilateral ABCD has vertices at 0, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, and 3, 0. So let's go ahead and place this 0, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, and 3, 0. Okay, so alright, so that is our quadrilateral there. Now we're going to rotate it 90 degrees counterclockwise or 270 degrees clockwise. It doesn't matter. They're going to go the same place. The rule for that is we're going to switch places of our x and our y, and we're going to make our y negative. So the 0 and the 2 are going to switch places, but that 2 becomes a negative 2. 0 stays the same. 3 and the 4 switch places, but the 4 becomes negative. The 4 and the 2 switch places, but the 2 becomes negative. And the 3 and the 0 switch places, but 0 can't be negative, so it's just going to stay 0. So we now have points at negative 2, 0, negative 4, 3, negative 2, 4, and 0, 3. So that is our quadrilateral that has been rotated 90 degrees counterclockwise to the left. So against the motion of a clock. Alright, so that is our notes for today. If you have any questions, please shoot me an email or Canvas message, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.